Affairs Committee to order at 5:33. Excuse me, we have 4 items on the agenda, which should be fairly easy to dispatch. The first is order number 16/19, 16443, communication from Code Enforcement Officer Pamela Wilderman regarding request to sign approach Student Center, 58 Apex Drive, within the HRMUOD. If you remember, counselors, they wanted 4 signs, and they wanted to go way over their allowable square footage. I will not support anything that's over what they're supposed to have. Make your sign smaller, do what you need to do, but this is silly. I'm not going to start sign wars down there and have everybody want bigger and bigger signs. So how's that for a start? So personally, I need you to get to 100. Do it any way you want to do it. With me looking, I went down there again today. You don't need one, in my opinion, on the Japanese restaurant side, because people are going to park down there and try and get in that way. You certainly don't need one over your door. I could see the sticker you had on your door that said approach whatever from a long way away. So if it was me, I would do one where my business is and one on the street side and make them 100 square feet to which you're entitled. So if you have something that's going to tell us why you deserve more than everybody else there, it's per building. I don't care what it is that you guys do. Per building, you're allowed so much square feet, and it's up to them to decide how to allot it. I don't care if you took all 4 of the, or 3, however many suites there are. Each building is allowed so much square feet. And what you got left is apparently 100 square feet, so go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Brandon Courier. I'm a designer project manager for Barlow Signs. Again, I'm here to seek relief and approval for Approach USA here. For the first sign here, again, this is over their main entryway. So this sign is obviously to attract the individuals to that point of access.
Right, but that sign could be made smaller. I mean, you could certainly see it. You could certainly see it if it was smaller. I mean, from there, I could see it from my house, and I'm on the Sudbury line.
Okay.
Right? That's just my opinion.
Moving on to the next sign here. So originally, all 3 signs that we had proposed were all the same square footage. So to try to compromise, to get better for approval, we reduced the size of this sign here. So now this side will be viewable from the east direction as you're traveling down the road there. This sign is, we scaled it down so it fits within the same as the CAMI sign there for that elevation.
But the entrance is on the other side of the building.
Yes, that is correct. The entrance is on the other side of the building.
But you want to put one on the wrong side of the building.
There's 3.
It's not you, it's they, obviously.
Yeah, well, there's 3 other stores. I mean, Chick-fil-A is a standalone building there. That has 3 signs. The Protein House, that has 3 different signs.
They can have 4 signs for all I care, but you're limited on square footage. So,
okay.
It's simple as that. So Protein Houses are much smaller than what you guys have there. I went and looked again today. It's like, they're smaller, they're within what we allow.
Okay, I mean, I didn't get up there and measure the Protein House specifically for an example, but it did look like it was a bit longer. But again, I'm not.
And each building is a different size, so there's different numbers for each building.
Okay. Moving on to the side here. This one is in scale with the other 3 that are up in this access area. You'll get viewage from both the east and the west as you're commuting past this area. Item D, this was originally another set of channel letters on a raceway, but to try to fit within this square footage, we had dropped this, discussed with the client, and dropped this and changed it to vinyl. This is their student access, so we felt that this would be the best to just have vinyl there on that window.
Council Landers, did you want to go?
Yeah, I had a comment, Mr. Chairman. I am somewhat concerned about the square footage or the square inches, but I likewise took a ride out there today. And I don't have a problem as you know, chicken place, you know, has 4 signs, one on each side. So could they?
Right, but again, it's total square footage.
Yeah, if they could reduce the signs that they would fall within our limits.
Right.
As I say, I don't have a problem with the 4 sides being signed, but if you could, you know, shrink them somewhat
Right.
to bring it within our,
Within the code,
criteria.
within the regulations, yeah. Counselor Doucette.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So the other side of the building with the entrance on the bottom, that entrance cannot get to your facility, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I agree with Counselor Delano here that that could be misleading as far as people, traffic trying to get in and getting lost.
Yep, that's understandable.
But also, this overall, Apex is the new development for the city. And we have regulations as far as where the sign should be. It's very early in the age of this development to actually look for an unprecedented change or exception into the sign rules. So I have a hard time, you know, thinking that there's no, you know, and the limitation is to the business, okay? It doesn't matter, like what Joe said, how many units you take. If someone takes the entire wing, they're still limited with that same limitation. So, you know, I think that you know, you can address this and get this remediated. I believe, is it, just for my clarification, is it just that the lit signs or, no, flat wall signs? So the window signs shouldn't count, right? Is that true?
Yeah, the door.
Just for, the door sign does not count.
The plastic sticker on the door doesn't count.
Yeah, just for clarification, so it does not count.
That is correct.
You know, so I think, you know, yeah, you got 3 signs and you should knock it down to 2. You already knocked it, you already took out 1, good for you. You're getting the right direction, but you're not done yet, you know. So, you know, I think, you know, you still need to work on this and come back again. So, thank you.
Counselor Jouer?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You reduced it down already 46 plus square feet. Your signs are pretty big. You know, we set the pattern when we did create the zone for Apex, and, you know, can you reduce anything here tonight? Or do you have to go back to the drawing board?
I think you have to go back and consult your clients, yeah?
Yeah, I would have to consult, but any suggestions or recommendations?
I would start looking at reduction of one of them that was taking up quite a bit of, I mean, the bottom line is, you gotta get it down to 100 square.
Right,
That's
so,
the bottom line.
so a motion would
For
be.
the total
order-
of all of them?
What's that?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
So a motion would be in order to table and to encourage the applicants to get into conformity with what the regulations allow.
I'm about to
and
do
then
that,
table.
but I want to hear his question first.
Sure.
So that was a total of 100 for all of them combined,
For
correct?
all of them combined, that's correct.
Okay, so if we dropped item B, that would reduce that square footage to, let me see here.
There was one huge one that you had.
There's
Point of information.
56 and 56, so that's
Counselor
a
Russell.
little bit over.
So, to the applicant, so again, just rough math. So your sign A that's facing, that's that one right there, that's 54 square feet. Again, just rough math. The one facing Route 20, your next slide, B, that you got is 37 square feet. And then the one right on the east side, which is, I'm sorry, that one's 54 square feet.
Yep.
That one there is 37, so you made that one a little smaller. So the issue really becomes the third sign, all right? Because the other two are close enough, Mr. Chairman. I mean, as far as the design goes, I'm good with them. I'm okay. If you said for a third sign, you know, we did Apex, so we can make the rules and we can bend the rules. That's how we wrote that Apex district. So, from my personal opinion, I'm good with 3 signs, but if we're gonna be hard and fast and say it's gotta be 100 square feet, it would be the west-facing sign, or the east-facing sign, the Route 20 sign, and the one over the Akami Japanese restaurant would put them over 100.
Correct. So talk to your clients, come back with something that's that works within the allowable square footage.
Okay.
Well,
So if we were to, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but before they go, do you want to see I mean, if they say they're going to do 100 square feet, do they still got to come back and show us what it looks like, or do you want to?
So here's what I would do, is if they can just send us in documentation, saying, okay, send me a clean one showing the 2 signs you want, or the 3 signs that are shrunk down to 100 square feet, send it in, we'll put it on the agenda, we'll approve it that night. You won't have to come back, nobody will come back, as long as it's in conformity, because what we've been doing is routinely approving these from the floor of the full city council. We don't need to take it up in committee. Okay? So 100 square feet, divided how they see fit. And again, I realize you're the messenger, so.
No, that's totally okay.
Counselor Tenera.
Thank you, Chair. I would strike the one facing east. That one there, I would take
Well, the
that.
one facing east is where their business is.
No, wait, that one,
The
right
one on the
there.
Japanese restaurant side
This one's facing.
Yeah,
is facing west.
That's west.
Does it-
That's west. Yeah. East
Okay.
is Chick-fil-A.
traveling
I
east,
mean, you look at
That's
it
right,
when
yeah.
you're
traveling
sitting
east,
pointing
yeah,
east,
yeah.
but the
All
sign
right.
faces west.
All right. So my opinion would be to take that out and just leave that blank, and then have your sign on the Route 20 side and over the door.
Well, I think
That's
we
my
should, we'll
opinion,
leave it
but-
up to, yeah, I agree with you. We'll leave it up to the applicants, so they can put them wherever they want to, within our guidelines, just get to the right size.
Motion to table.
Motion is made and seconded at the table. All those in favor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming in. Okay. So we will now take up order number, let's see, so we're going to skip number 2 and go to number 3. Order number 19-100, 7670, application for sign special permit from Attorney Elizabeth McDonough Noonan on behalf of Colbia Enterprises. Please come on up. So really with this, all we had to do was clean up the language of the special permit.
Hi, good evening. My name is Christine DeBiase. I'm with Adler, Pollock, and Sheehan. I'm here on behalf of Colbia, and also you're familiar with Beth Noonan, but I am here tonight in her place.
Okay, and so you had originally come in with the pump video displays and pump toppers, but we approved that last night, so you don't have to worry
Correct.
about that anymore.
Correct.
And as for the rest of your sign, it's going to be in compliance with our sign regulations, and it'll be turned off when it's not open, et cetera, yeah?
Correct.
Okay. I think we're good to go. Motion is made and seconded to approve. Discussion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Great.
Good to
Well,
go.
that was easy. Thank you very much.
All right. Might want to go out and console the other guy there. He's probably feeling a little beat up. Okay, item number 4, or actually number 3, number 4 in your agenda. Order number 19-100, 7779, application for signed special permit from Dan Corbin on behalf of Blue Hills Fuels LLC, 114 East Main Street. And essentially, these folks are redoing the Gulf Station. Let's get to the right paperwork. And I think we saw this last night, folks. You all have this picture. And so essentially, they're not having an electronic message board or message center other than for the gas prices. This is extremely orange, but you know, that's up to them to do that. Yeah. I'd still like to change that if we could, but that's okay. That's just me. So, your sign meets all of our guidelines, according to the planning department. There was the question originally that you were going to have 2 colors, but that's now approved as well, if you want one for diesel and one for regular.
So we can change the diesel to green?
Yep,
Fine. Excellent.
yep. So that's now allowable by code, so you don't have to worry about that in the special permit. The sign will be off when you're not in operation, and you'll have to comply to all other things. However, the building commissioner did tell me that you do have the video displays going with volume, which is not in conformity, so you'll need to have that rectified before we vote on this at our next city council meeting.
Very good. I
Otherwise,
emailed our technicians, and they will be out this week to mute that sound.
Fantastic.
Hey, Rob.
Okay?
Motion to approve.
Motion is made and seconded to approve. Do I have any questions about the Gulf Station sign? Counselor Doucette?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Is there any changes that need to be done to this based upon the permits that, the stuff that was passed, or the order that was passed on Monday night? So is this,
The only thing that was there, and it's there.
I'm just wondering if it needs to be, you know, put through legal and proper legal form before it finally comes to a vote, right?
Well, yeah, any of these things that we're approving that require a special permit, we will send it to legal.
That's, I just want to make sure
We'll
that
do
that
that at
was,
the end of the meeting.
yeah, okay. I just want to make sure that that was so noted.
But
and
good
so-
point, I might have forgotten, so I'm glad
Yep.
you reminded me.
Okay,
Thank you.
yep, you're welcome.
Okay, Counselor Jouer.
Motion to approve.
Motion is made and seconded to approve the new signage for the Gulf Station.
I hope
any-
their gas prices aren't gonna be $8.88 though.
Thank-
Not
yes.
anytime soon for all of us.
So, any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you are approved.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Counselor, they know that has to go in front of the full council, right?
Yeah, so you realize this is committee.
Yeah.
So we have to report it out at our next city council meeting. When are you planning to get all that? It's gonna be, when are you gonna redo the sign?
We
Take a
would
month or
order the
two?
materials as soon as we could, as soon as we get approval. It'll
Yeah.
take about 6 weeks to get the materials in.
Okay. So technically, we can ask for suspension and vote at our next meeting. So that'll be in 2 weeks, basically.
Next week.
Next Monday.
Next Monday. So on Monday, we can vote on it.
Okay.
And once we vote, technically, there's 20 days for somebody to come and complain, but,
Okay. I think we still have to go before the building department because we're doing some other changes there on the
Right.
canopy, so. we'd
okay,
have
so
to
it can
get
take you a little
approval
time.
for that, Yeah.
Okay, good.
Do we need to come back on Monday or?
You do not.
Okay. Very
Okay,
good.
thank you. Okay, so now we'll take up our last item, which is agenda item number, or order number 19-100, 7756A, communication from City Solicitor Jason Grossfield on behalf of Councilor Delano regarding proposed zoning amendment relative to the definition of home office / occupation. So on this, we basically have some, and Commissioner, if you want to come up and sit, that'd be great. Essentially, some language changes so that the building commissioner will now be able to issue business permits. The planning board had recommended we clarify the last line, which says that provided that not more than 3 persons are engaged in the activity. We were going to add excluding customers, but the building commissioner requested us not to do that. So I could really care less one way or the other. So Commissioner, if you want to opine?
The current regulations we have is very clear that it talks about employees. Nothing to do about clients or customers coming.
Okay, so you feel...
So I think it's redundant and gets muddy if you start adding in independent contractor or public, excluding
Okay,
the public.
okay. Counselor Austin?
So, Mr. Chair, Karen pointed out to me, so if you go to item 7 in our definitions for that table of uses, I think this is where the commissioner's talking about. 7C says there are not more than 2 non-residents employed on the premises, right? That's what you're talking about?
Correct. So that'll allow for the homeowner or the occupant plus 2 for, that meets the 3.
Right. Counselor Doucette?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So is that, does that also include contractors? Is they considered to be employers in this case?
There'll be employees of that business that is based at that residence.
Okay, so contractors are implied as part, as an employee?
Correct. Okay,
I just want to make sure that agreed to.
So the commissioner is the one charged with interpreting the regulations, and I'm inclined to go with the professional. So what we would do is we would not change the language. So really, a motion would be in order to approve, period.
So moved. Motion to
Yeah,
approve.
motion is made and seconded to approve, as is. Discussion. Seeing none, all those, are you discussing or are you?
Yeah, I just got so the final thing is, provided that not more than 3 persons are engaged in the activity on the present, should it be engaged or should it be employed? This is,
Engaged. Well, because if you're saying get employed, now you got independent contractors.
okay,
Has to be engaged.
has to be engaged. Okay, that's what I wanted the clarification on, thanks.
Okay. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Commissioner, you got it.
Thank you.
All right, so now, let's,
Chair?
Counselor Rossing?
Do you, I know he's got a long list. Would you entertain suspending the rules on Monday night to approve this for the commissioner? Because I know
Oh,
he's
sure.
got a,
Yeah, so I was going to get to that housekeeping chore, so suspension on that, okay. Suspension for the Gulf Station to approve. So the first one is tabled, so we don't have to worry about that. And Colbia, I'm just gathering my thoughts here. And on Colbia, I don't know that there's any rush on that.
They
So
don't even have
we'll
a,
just,
there's a
pardon me?
there's a big hole in the ground down there right now.
So they got some time.
They get a lot of,
They won't be putting signs up for a while.
Okay, so a motion would be in order to, well, okay, so we got to make sure it's in proper legal form. Well, we know the order number ending in 7756A is in proper legal order. All right, so we will, an order would be a motion would be in order to ask for suspension of the rules on order number 19-100, 7756A, to suspend the rules and vote that evening. And the same thing would be for order number 19-100, 7779, application for the sign permit for the Gulf Station. In the meantime, if it's okay with the committee, I will just ask the city solicitor to take a quick peek at these. I think they're good to go, and make sure that they appear on our next agenda in proper legal order, if that's okay. Okay? So a motion is made and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Councilor Jouer.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion is made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are adjourned at 5:55. Thank you all.
Speaking of signs.